Well, I stole the tank off this EX motor that was no good. This back bolt did not want to come out. So, yeah, we got a little aggressive with it. Anyway, now I got a good little drop tank. I even had a little slot here to put a zip tie through. They were thinking of me. So we got it kind of held up there, and hopefully that'll be enough to start the thing up. Well, it's been a little while. Let's see if she wants to start. Choke is getting fuel down here. The ground cable's up here. Did not realize that. Okay. Let's see what happens if we just crank it over with a 12-volt battery. Give her, you know, a little throttle. See what happens if we crank it over a little quicker. All right, turn the key on. And we're going to give it some 12 volt. Let's go. She sounds like she's trying to do something. No, I hear boop, 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 boop in there. Well, with the number 10, I was able to take the main jet out. I don't like always taking those out because sometimes these things will snap off. The 8N Ford that we had, it snapped off, that last one that we did, and that's why we had to get a whole nother carburetor. So I was very hesitant, but all three of these holes are very plugged up. So I'm going to clean them out, and hopefully we'll start. Now I like using a torch tip cleaner to get in these little holes and clean them out. You can always blow air through them too. Don't forget to get the big one. Okay, let's see what happens this time. Nothing. Well, that's not great. Still don't have any putts, pops, or anything out of it. That's always concerning. Okay, we have a spark issue. I'm going to try to show you guys what's going on. This thing should be able to jump. If I can hit that with my elbow and get you guys in shot. Nope, can't do it. Hold on. So this thing should be jumping a spark. And it's making enough spark to jump this spark plug here. But under compression, it obviously isn't making spark because these plugs are wet. And when I do this, it's just, oh man, just barely making it. I don't even know if you can see how little it's jumping. That should be a pretty far. That should be, you know, at least that far. So, all right, we have a bad condenser, I would say. Let me look around and see if I got one. I might actually have one for this. On here, there's two clips. Pop those off. This kind of pops out and then down. And then you've got this big wire clamp. And you just pull that forward. It was a little difficult. And then this top coil will come off. Be careful, there's a gasket in there. And then right here is our condenser. You've got a screw and another screw. You've got one holding the condenser in, one holding the wire, and that's on top of the points. Wish me luck trying to get that out without dropping the screw in and losing it. Oh boy, here we go. Well, I found the points kit and it had all the old parts that Grandpa had in it. So he either had a 9N or a 2N because it was for a 9N or a 2N. So that's not good, and I found these condensers, but neither one looks like they're just going to fit in there. No, they are both totally different because the tab's way off to this side. Might have to make a trip to Rural King and buy one of those kits. All right, so go do that. Well, I learned something while I was down in there. These condensers, apparently all you gotta do is back it off a little bit and they'll slide out. Now you gotta get this screw back down into there. That doesn't look very fun, does it? Well, I think I can do it fairly easily. I've got this screwdriver and it's got this clip on the end, and all you do is pop that in there and you can lock it in. And now she's pretty secure. You should just be able to, yeah. And she's in. Okay, we're going to see how bad this condenser really is. This is an actual condenser tester, and basically you plug it into the wall voltage and you put one end on the end of the wire and the other end on the ground of the condenser. You press this 2 or 3 times and then you hold on to it, and it should go above this 0.1 on the lower scale. This can also test coils. Okay, we're all hooked up. We're going to press the charge button. We're going to hold. That's 0.3. So according to this, it's good. All right, we have a decent coil. So maybe our points are just out of adjustment, which I was honestly hoping I just have to go get a new condenser because those points are so up in there. Okay, all right, we're going to adjust on the points then. Why couldn't it just be a bad condenser? Oh yeah, very important. Make sure you hold the discharge button. Did you see that jump? Hold on, let's do that again. We'll put the charge into it. I'll press the discharge button. You see that jump? If I would have grabbed that, I would have got a good zap. Boy, a screwdriver like this is almost required to work on these things, because that, like a magnetic one would work on this, but that other one is brass. And that's not something that's magnetic. I'd be having a lot harder time trying to do it without one of these. See how it sprung up out of my way after I started on it? Like it. Boy, oh boy, I was hoping it was just a condenser. I really don't want to have to take this radiator off. Really don't want to touch it if I don't have to. Just the points are way up in there. I need to have you guys look at this so I have an idea of even where these screws are. I can't see them from my angle. Okay, all right. Did you figure it out? Let's see. Okay, it looks like there's one up here, and then there's one like way down here. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Not. All right, let's try it again. Well, let's try this again. We had putts in the last one. The float was a little off. It might still not be quite perfect, but see what we get. Oh, she's so close. She's so close. Oh yeah, she definitely has a knock going on. Something is noisy in there. Ooh, that's not good. check the antifreeze. Yeah, there's fluid down there. Good. Good. Yeah. Not confirmed. I don't know what that is at the minute. We're gonna have to dive into it. That thing's a bit of a pain to get on there. Worry about that in a minute. Fancy though. Good. We got her running. She seems to run really strong. It sounds good. Just other than that, like it sounds like someone's just taking a hammer and going. No, that's too high pitched. But you know what I mean? It's got to be something down low. Yeah, I'm not totally sure. If you got an idea, leave a comment below. Okay, let's see if we can get this fired up, bring it outside. I'm going to take one of these long screwdrivers and use it as like a hearing thing and see if we can figure out exactly where it's coming from, because it's a little hard to tell. It'd be nice if it was just a starter, but I don't think that's the case. Key on, I don't know, give her a little choke. Oh, we turned the fuel back on. Carb's still leaking. Definitely needs a new carb. She's not sealing up right. Carb off, carb off, carb off. Boy, she runs really nice though. Side. No. Hard to tell. I didn't want that fan spinning. That's the only reason I didn't hook that up. It is really hard to tell where that noise is coming from. I don't know. We'll try throwing some. See if I got some heavier oil. We'll try throwing some heavier oil on it, but it almost sounds like it could be a wrist pin or something in a piston flopping around in there, because it sounds high and there's not much up high other than the valves. Could be that spring popping back up, because we know we had a stuck valve here, but I don't know. It sounds like it's coming on that side too. It's really hard to tell. Honestly, that's not too bad to get on there. You just need a big pry bar. There's a bolt down low. You put the bolt in, you push this up, little slot there, you get that in, you get the bar behind it. You gotta really push over on it, and you can get your belt hooked in and she'll tension up. So yeah, I like that design. Don't like where the distributor is, but I sure do like that design. Now let's see how that works. Woo, that generator was dusty. Well, at least now it's going to be pumping water. here. I'm just now noticing that. Well, I just hooked up the generator. We're going to see if it generates. Apparently this screw here, you can up the amperage or down it, depending on if you're running headlights or not. That way you're not overheating your battery. You know, you can keep it at a manageable rate if you're not overusing it. See if we get anything on the amp gauge. Doesn't look like it did anything. I'm not super surprised, to be honest. Oh well, we tried it. Oh well, it's worth a shot. Oh, I should have looked at that first. It's not even hooked up. Well, there's another way we can check, but I doubt it's doing anything if it's not plugged in. Well, this thing's not happy at all. Maybe that generator's causing some issues here. It doesn't even want to zero out. We move away from it. We get close to it. Yeah, that's really making some disturbance on the voltmeter. It must be doing something. All right, we're going to experiment a little bit real quick. Yeah, that's probably what you thought it was. We're a little low on the dipstick. We're within operating range, so we're going to throw some super thick, what do we got, 80-90 gear oil in here and see if the knocking just goes away. And maybe we just got really thin oil. I doubt that's our issue, but if it goes away, we know it's something internal and we're gonna have to tear the motor apart. If it doesn't go away, something is hitting. Now, I've read online people getting too thin of gaskets, or their valves weren't set right and things were tapping up top, and something to do with an oil pickup tube. If I don't know if this motor's ever been apart or not, but it could be out of place, and someone set down the 9 so this is a 2. So we're gonna go ahead and make a big mess. So, oh yeah, thicken it up a bit. Yeah, that definitely brought it up some. Well, we'll see what that does. Well, let's see what we get, huh? Start. That warm up a little bit. I still hear something. Hard to tell. Well, that was just the exhaust making noises. Boy, listen to this. He just sounds ticky to me. It really sounds ticky. Well, it's still kind of leaking out of there. That's a great spot for the exhaust so the carb can leak right down onto it. We do have a little bit coming out. Well, the John Deere is looking pretty good out in the sunlight. So back to work on the 2-in Ford. That tapping noise, I think we're gonna run it around here. The yard's too soft to do any real driving with it, and I don't want to go too far until we kind of confirm what's going on. I had someone on TikTok, I posted a video on there, and they said their Golden Jubilee makes this sound, and they never really noticed it until they saw the video of this thing running. So they've been running it for a long time that way. So I'm hoping it's nothing too serious. There's a valve cover down here. We're gonna pop that off. We'll take this manifold off too. We'll pop this off, valve cover off, and see what's going on in there. Maybe the valves just need adjusted. Maybe it's just coming up and hitting, or maybe it's tapping down here. It sounds like it's coming from this front bit though. So we'll get in there and have a look. You're running really good. I say she runs really good until she doesn't. Put a load on it, she wants to die. Well, got some big news. We took the valve cover off, and valve number 1 was so loose that I was able to take this thick piece of cardboard and it would flop around in there. I can't find my feeler gauge. So we closed it up. In order to do that, you would normally need a special tool to go around the lifter here and then take a 7/16 and adjust this. But somebody went through and they drilled these holes that you can just stick a punch into, and that'll hold the lifter from spinning around, otherwise they'd normally spin. So you hold that and adjust it in, and I'll put on the screen what the settings are supposed to be. I couldn't go off that because I can't find my darn feeler gauge. It's somewhere in here. Imagine that, this giant mess, I can't find one thing. Especially a little thing. Oh man, I need to clean this place up. Well, I played with it off camera some. Like I said, number one valve was way out of whack. So yeah, I'm running low on gas and we have to go get some. It's getting too late to mess with this anymore. But we'll fire it up. Maybe. Maybe. Tell me what you guys think. Works better when the choke's off. There's definitely a little bit of an exhaust leak too, so that's also making noise. I don't think the engine's about to grenade or anything. I mean, we still got good oil pressure. Doesn't mean, well, we're not charging, that's at 6 volts, so gotta go through the charging system yet. And out of gas. So shut the key off. Okay. So, yes, he's empty. I think we're gonna call this a win. Number one valve was the issue. And I think we're gonna order a gasket, a carburetor. Yeah, I don't know how much further we'll take this. Might have to tear it down at some point, but I want to finish that deer before we go doing any of that. You know, only one thing a part at a time. So leave a like, hit subscribe. If you think it's something else, and it could be, we might start driving it and find out there's some more noise going on. I don't think it sounds too bad. That ticking was my biggest concern from that valve. So yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Leave a like, hit subscribe for more, and let me know what you think of it. Sorry this video is kind of all over the place. I did this over 2 days. I bought this like yesterday morning, and here we are the next night and running fairly decent. So, and yeah, as the video title said, I gave $200 for this. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. I've done so many takes on this video. Leave a like. So I'll see you in the next one. Have a great day, everyone.